Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing a project I have done for the Twisted Thursday Challenge. And it's a sponsored month. We are sponsored by Connie Fong, which means there is a prize up for grabs. Now, what do you need to know about that? You need to know that our theme is That's So Lovely. And we are looking for stitching on your project, whether that be hand, machine, or faux. Any of them, a stitch die will do. Whatever you're inspired to make that includes stitching. All right, let's move on to this project. Today I'm working in my fall journal, and you can see there that I have the image that I have done in Cricut Design Space with a title, So Lovely, and the little mannequin shadow, along with the image from Connie Fong. Behind that, you saw the embossed piece that I had actually done for another project and then set aside. I have these little spools that have no thread on them yet, but they will, along with some embroidery floss, some laces, some different ribbons that actually I've just assembled, and I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to be using out of these. I did find this little sunflower colored button that I wanted to use, as well as these little pieces that I already had cut for my journal. So let's see how we put this all together and what I actually end up using in my book. This is my fall book, and I will link below if you want to see that project, as well as you'll see a little thing pop up in the right upper corner of your screen that you can tap to get there. Okay, so the way I made this book is you can just slide out the page that you want to work on, and then you can slide it back in. So you'll see that I'm looking for the other side, and I'm deciding it's easier to slide from this direction since I already have some goodies on the other side. All right, now I'm going to mark where that page goes so that I don't have to hunt for it. I can just open it right back up and slide it right back in. Okay, so I'm going to start with a layout here, and I'm just basically playing with the different pieces, deciding where they want to go and what I want to show up on the page. Now, when I lay things out, I try to work in triangles. So, for example, there's a triangular cluster using those two little tabs along with the button. And then you can see that my two spools of thread along with the button cluster, that creates a large triangle. All right, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to start wrapping my little spools of thread with embroidery floss. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just wrapping them. They don't have to be real neat, at least for my project they don't. And just what you want to do is go ahead and catch the tail as you wind, and then the other one will be glued into place. So I'm going to go ahead and I wrap the other two spools, and then we'll glue those into place. I've already gone ahead and used some fabric tack on that, and now I'm off to the sewing machine. All right, when I get back from the sewing machine, I'm going to go ahead and just tie off these threads. So it's just a simple tie off. What I have done when I stitched is I stitched very close to the edge there, you can see, and off of the cardstock. And that way my two threads are right there. I can just tie them off by knotting them. Now this thread did not, it ended in the middle of the cardstock. So to keep that from pulling out, I'm just going to take a little piece of masking tape and just tape over the back. That will hold it into place. I will cut off the tail, and then obviously when I glue that into the book, that's going to be even more security for that thread. All right, so speaking of gluing it into the book, I'm going to use a little ATG, and then I'm going to go over that with fabric tack. Now, probably if this weren't my own book, if I were making this to give as a gift or to sell, I would have used double score tape just for added security to keep that in there. But it's my own book, and you know what? If it gets loose or falls out, I can always put it back in. All right, why did I use fabric tack over? Well, more security as well as it gives me wiggle room. All right, so now it's time to put those little tabs in. Again, those I cut when I cut my fall book, and I just stuck those in the back so I could just pull them and use them whenever I liked. I'm going to go ahead and just ink up around those as well as the little spools of thread. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of fabric tack to those spools just to keep those in place. Now, my cardstock was very stark white, so I decided I wanted to knock that back a little bit with just a little bit of a champagne colored or cashmere colored ink from Close to My Heart. These are retired colors. I also sort of folded over that corner there. Now, I have taken this and I have cut it into a very sharp V, and I'm going to get a nice close-up for you here. That way I can thread the ribbon right through that buttonhole, and I'll just tie it off into a little knot there and cut off the excess thread. All right, I'm going to add that on with a little bit of fabric tack, and I will just stick those little tabs under there, golden yellow. I thought that went well with the page with the yellow button and the sunflowers. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess of my burlap. And I had a little string up there. I decided to just cut it off one end and leave it hang off because I love hanging threads. I'm going to go ahead and put my little spools of thread in, again letting those little pieces hang off. And I'm putting those on with a little bit of fabric tack. All right, I'm coming in with some pins from my pin cushion, and I'm deciding which one I like. And I thought, you know, this little one would work, and then I decided, no, that's not enough. I'm going to go with a big quilting pen. And then I decided that I wanted to go ahead and add it so that the large head of the pen went off to that side to kind of bring my yellow around the page. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of lace. Again, just filling in a little bit, creating a little something in that corner. And instead of being white, I thought it would be fun just to kind of dip that into some yellow ink and kind of give it a little color underneath there. So it was just that simple, coloring up that lace. Now that I've finished this page, all I need to do is slide it right back into the book. And that calls this page finished and brings this video to a close. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm always so pleased when you visit my YouTube channel. Leave me any comments or questions below. I'm more than happy to answer. Also, come on over to the Twisted Thursday Challenge and join us. We'd love to see you there. Have a wonderful week, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.